Okay, so it says right here, in order to use strobe mode, you have to engage the tail switch and press the side switch 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Son of a Does the Sofirn C8F stack up to other top flashlight brands? Find out right now. Hey everyone, Prepared Guy here once again. When it comes to flashlights, there are literally dozens of fly-by-night companies making claims that their $5 flashlight has a crazy amount of lumens able to turn night into day in emergency situations. But then once you turn the flashlight on, you realize that you've been duped, and the dull glow from your cell phone dwarfs the cheap knockoff in comparison. So when I was contacted by Sofirn to test one of their flashlights, I wasn't expecting much. A 3500 lumen flashlight for just $40? Yeah, okay. I'll believe it when I see it. So I said, sure, I'll check it out. Full disclosure, they referred me to Amazon and gave me a 50% off discount code for reviewing their light. The flashlight came in a small brown box with no identifying marks. Inside the box was a micro USB cable, a lanyard, battery charger, instructions, an 18650 battery converter, and of course, the flashlight itself. The 21700 battery was inside of the flashlight to save room in the box. Upon inspection, the C8F was nicely crafted. It has 3 Cree XPL LEDs rated to last 50,000 hours. The body of the light is CNC manufactured aerospace grade 661 aluminum alloy with a hard anodized anti-abrasive finish. It's also designed using anti-crash geometry for better impact resistance during drops. The lens is toughened mineral glass with an AR coating. Also, the C8F is IPX8 rated, which means you can submerge it up to 4 feet for about 30 minutes. The flashlight with the 21700 battery on board weighs in at just over 9 ounces. So let's go over some of the basics of the Sofirn C8F. A green light means that your flashlight is fully charged. A red light means that your flashlight is about to die. The tail switch acts as the main power, and the side switch acts as an on, off, and mode switch. Note that the light won't turn on unless the tail switch is engaged. The tail switch gives you the tactical ability to turn the light on momentarily or permanently. Note that whatever setting you put the side switch on will be the setting that the light will remain in when using the tail switch. If you notice that your C8F suddenly drops down to a lower lumen output, don't worry, there's nothing wrong with your light. The flashlight body is engineered to draw heat away from it, but internally the C8F uses advanced temperature regulation technology that will adjust the brightness level automatically after the light reaches 122 degrees Fahrenheit. I experienced this technology in action during my heat test. I heat tested this light starting at its peak output at 3500 lumens in turbo mode. The body of the light reached a peak temperature of 126 degrees Fahrenheit, but the ATR, Advanced Temperature Regulator, kicked on and throttled the light down to 1800 lumens after about 10 minutes. The manual states that the light would only last about 45 minutes if used at the 3500 lumen turbo mode, before the battery would become completely drained. To my surprise, the light stayed at 3500 lumens for 10 minutes before dropping down to 1800 lumens. Then it stayed at 1800 lumens for another 50 minutes before dropping down to 500 lumens. Then it stayed at 500 lumens for 1 hour before dropping down to 100 lumens. And then it stayed at 100 lumens for about 40 minutes before turning off. So not only did this light surpass its own user manual specifications, it surpassed my expectations as well, which is hard to do. The light didn't get too hot during my test. The handle was very warm by the end of the test, but it wasn't hot enough to burn anyone. Now you might ask, hey, Prepared Guy, is this legitimately a 3500 lumen flashlight? And the answer is yes. A 2000 lumen flashlight like the Olight Warrior X might look brighter by comparison with the naked eye due to the focus reflector in that particular light. But the C8F uses a different style reflector that isn't as throwy as the Olight Warrior X. Also, the Olight Warrior by design is a tactical flashlight, and the C8F is a regular flashlight that just happens to have tactical capabilities, but was not designed for that specific purpose. So with that said, you'd need a lux meter to really tell the difference between the two lights, regardless of the lumen output. When it comes to lumen testing, each laboratory tests their lumen output for their flashlight differently. And unless I know those specific lab conditions, I wouldn't be able to recreate the test. So based on my knowledge of flashlights and experience with these different lights, I would have to say if this light isn't a true 3500 lumen flashlight, I'd be surprised. I took this light out with me in my EDC bag and found myself in an opportune situation to use it. I was out and about when high winds knocked out the power in my location. So I jumped at the opportunity to test out the C8F in a real world scenario. I tried recording video of the situation for you guys, but the audio was terrible due to the high winds. Here's some footage of it anyways. As you can see, the parking lot was huge and the storefront was about 200 feet away from me. You could see that this light has a good beam to it. Not too throwy, not too floody. A nice rounded distribution of light would be the best way to describe the C8F's output. So let's briefly jump into some details about the modes and settings on this light. Sofirn gives you 4 group settings to choose from in which they pre-configured various lumen outputs into each separate group. While the main light is on, click the side button 4 times fast. The main light will flash twice to confirm that you've changed groups. You'll have to do this 4 times to cycle through all 4 groups. There will be no physical indications on the light as to which group you're in, so you'll have to pay attention to the light modes as you click through them. I suggest doing this while reading the manual to compare what the light is doing and see if it matches up with a specific group. I personally don't like this feature as I like to keep my gear simple. I'm sure these groups do have their benefits, but as a personal preference, I'm not a fan. If I had to choose, I'd say Group 4 was my personal favorite. All you have to do is turn the light on and hold the button down and it ramps up from moonlight mode to turbo mode incrementally. Once it reaches turbo mode, it automatically flashes once and stays there. You don't have to worry about it ramping back down or you not catching that sweet spot like with some other flashlights. The other feature I like is regardless of what mode or group you're in, double clicking the side switch automatically brings you into turbo mode. And then holding the side switch down for 1.5 seconds will bring you into moonlight mode. Here is my personal list of pros and cons for this flashlight. First, the pros. The price is awesome at just $45 for the flashlight and battery. Second is the wide range of lumens. And third is the overall quality and design of this flashlight. It's a genuine flashlight in the true sense of the word. My only con, and I really can't consider this to be a con, were the group settings. They might take a little time getting used to. They require extra attention that could cost you in an emergency situation, but with some practice, once you get used to the settings, it might not be that big of a deal. All in all, I wasn't really expecting much when I got this flashlight, but I will say I am actually quite impressed with this light. You can't walk into Walmart and get a light of this quality. With that said, I'm always looking out for you guys, and I hope this review has been helpful. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please feel free to smash that subscribe button now, and click the notification bell so that you can get notified each week when new videos come out. New videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This has been The Prepared Guy, and until next time guys, stay prepared.